and welcome to my channel. I am Zodiac Bandit, and today we have some behind-the-scenes news, kind of, from Critical Role. Now, last week, the cast was sick, so there was no Critical Role stream, so instead they did a sick day stream where Taliesin, Travis, Sam, and Robbie Damon, which was nice to see, made their characters from Campaign 3 in Baldur's Gate 3, which was really cool and really fun. So during the entire live stream, there was two things specifically that stood out to me as sort of things that they snuck in there to sort of talk about briefly but didn't give full answers to. And I'm going to play one of them right now for you, and we're going to discuss it, and then we're going to discuss the other one later.
Questions aren't awesome.
No,
I'm just saying that like these are like really good questions that you're pulling, and some of these are questions that we just can't answer. Like, what's the update on Vox Machina Season 3? Well, we don't.
I mean, we do, but we can't say.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I know.
So during that clip, Sam basically says that there is no update that they can give on Season 3 of Legend of Vox Machina, and Travis and Taliesin sort of back him up and say, well, we do have one, but we can't actually say it, which is kind of the whole point. They're not allowed to talk about it, but they sort of brought it up here, and they're letting us know that there is stuff happening with that. The last time I heard anything personally about it, and I've been sort of looking for stuff very recently, I've been thinking, wow, January is normally when a season comes out, so it's a little odd. So now that we've got this, it kind of makes more sense that they're still working on it. And the last thing that we did hear about Season 3 of Legend of Vox Machina was during one of those watch-along things they did not too long ago, or last year, I guess, and Matt said that they were still casting for Season 3. And then, of course, the unfortunate passing of Lance Reddick really did sort of hamper things because he was the titular Thordak, he was the villain, and he carried a very powerful, booming voice in that season. It was fantastic and very great. So his passing probably hurt the production quite a bit because they would have to find the perfect replacement for him instead of it just being someone who's not as good. They'd have to find someone who could probably emulate his voice really well, and hopefully they did. But at the same time, I was thinking about other things behind the scenes as to why this season might have taken longer, and I believe this is all on Prime, right? So the season of Invincible, Season 2 of Invincible just came out, and I'm thinking maybe Prime Video wants to stagger their big releases now because of how viewership retention is on the website, and they don't want to have everything right in this month or right in the last couple of months and then have nothing else for anyone to watch. So they might be staggering some stuff out, who knows? But with this small little nugget that they give here, it means that something is in fact being done and that we're not just going to be stuck in the shadows of purgatory that is not knowing anything. We do know that something is happening now, which is better than what we've had up to this point for the last year, which was nothing. Sweet silence about it is terrible. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of months, like, hey, where's any information on this at all? Because normally they would give us some, but they haven't given us anything. So this little nugget has given me enough information to say that there is something in fact coming, which is nice, and now I'm very excited for Season 3 of Legend of Vox Machina. So, yeah, nice little nugget there. Now, time to move on to the other thing that they talked about. So later on during the stream, a question was asked, what classes do you guys want to play in the future from D&D? And then Taliesin says this.
Oh. This works for Taliesin. What is a D&D class that you would like to play in the future that you're interested by?
I like this.
There's a sorcerer. I've been tinkering with a couple things. There's a sorcerer build. I want to. If something, I have a. I want to build a Ocean's 11 Rat Pack character, and I think there's a sorcerer build for that that I'm into. I do like little builds. There's also a monk. I actually have, if I ever get to do an EXU,
Second Calamity one? Or?
The Calamity, I have the second Calamity. I have a monk that I am so excited about.
Oh my God.
I have the perfect monk. I'm really excited.
You got the perfect monk.
I so want to do more Calamities around Examiner.
It's so fun.
And just see what happened in different cities and different places. And
I have a character for the other EXU, but I'm not allowed to even vaguely mention it because Matt will kill me.
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing.
He's not here?
Yeah, but
he doesn't watch this.
Do what you want.
No, he's
sick.
He's sick. Yeah, he's got
explosive
diarrhea right now.
No mobile devices on the can.
Yeah.
You can't risk
We are in
He's
a
got
room full
diarrhea.
of people who will report directly
Definitely
to him
not.
to throw me under a
Matt
bus.
has.
So not only in this clip is it mentioned they want to do more EXU Calamity stuff where it takes place in different locations during the same time as the original Calamity, which would be badass and really fun, really cool, and see how different sort of gods sort of cropped up in different places to sort of start this whole incursion, which I think would be really badass. But we could also see a bunch of more high-level characters doing some really cool shit. Maybe someone else decides to play Pervon, the champion of the Raven Queen. Who knows? I think that would be really cool as well. Maybe that could be, Liam could play that. It would be a nice little generational thing for Liam to do. It would feel like he's playing Vax again. But who knows? But the more important thing is there is another EXU that Talzin can't say anything about because Matt will kill him. Now, this has led me to believe two different things, and I'm leaning towards the other one. So I'm going to talk about the less likely one first. The first one that I thought about was because Robbie Damon's there, which means he's on call for Critical Role, means that they're doing EXU Crown Keeper stuff. So they can have Dorian, Dariax, Opal, and whoever else is part of the Morrigan and Furai. So they can have all those characters for a return in EXU. And it would make sense that Matt would be pissed off if someone says something about it because he's a player. He wants to keep this a secret so he can, doesn't have to be too much on the reveal-y side quite yet. And the other option that I think is a little bit more likely is that Matt is DMing some sort of EXU project and Talzin is in it. Because I think this will be the first time Talzin's in an EXU. He wasn't in Calamity. He wasn't in the original Crown Keeper story. So I think it's very likely here because he knows something about the EXU project and knows that Matt will be very pissed off. So I'm kind of leaning toward this one a lot more. Whatever the story is, I feel like it's more likely that Matt is DMing it because why would he say it in such a way like this? Like, oh, you're going to say something to spoil the game that I'm sort of running maybe, I guess. Because I don't think he'd be too pissed off if Talzin said something like, just like, oh, there's another EXU coming, and it wasn't Matt's EXU or something like that. And maybe he'd be like, Brennan would be pissed off if I said something, or Abria would be pissed off if I said something. But, I guess Matt being pissed off in general, if they say something at all, is kind of a big deal. But I do sort of think that it is going to be Matt DMing. There's something telling me that Matt is DMing, unless Talzin is joining the Crown Keepers. But I don't know if there's room for that right now. There's already 5 characters. And the last time they had a game where they added another character in, I wasn't a big fan of Kymel. So to add another character into that group would be a little bit much, I think. I think you should just roll with the 5 characters for the Crown Keepers and just sort of have it going. So this leads me to think that Talzin is in a new EXU DM by Matt Mercer. So I think that's very cool and very exciting, and I'm very curious as to what it's going to be about. There is one more thing I do want to mention, and it's sort of about what Talzin says a little bit after the whole EXU thing. He mentions that they would like to do a narrative telephone because it would be like a breather. It'd be a breath of fresh air. It'd be something to sort of, reduce, it'd be basically just a breather, like a second to take their breath. But he mentions that that's not going to be happening for a while, indicating they're all super busy. And obviously they're super busy. They're voice actors. Matt and Talzin right now are both pretty big players in the Wano arc of One Piece. Matt is Trafalgar Law, who is one of the, main secondary characters. I guess that's a weird sentence, but he is a very important character. And Talzin plays Basil Hawkins, who is a villain in that arc. So they're both kind of important and they both have a role to play in the Wano arc. Everyone else might be there too. I don't know if they're like secondary voices or whatever, but I'm fairly certain those two are busy on that. Everyone else is probably busy doing other stuff. I have no idea what's going on. There was some rumors about like a Naruto thing, so maybe Liam is busy with Gaara, who knows. But then on top of that, this would add to, if they're filming something for EXU, if they're doing voiceover work for Legend of Vox Machina, that's a lot of stuff to do, and there's not much room to breathe, because they have to combo that with Candelabra Obscura. Critical Role, they have to combo that with occasionally doing a 4-sided dive, getting sick, a bunch of stuff like this. So they're super busy right now. And to me, this indicates all of this stuff is happening. They're working on Legend of Vox Machina. There's EXUs coming, and that's a lot of stuff. So I just feel like that is another little nugget to add to this conversation of, are these things happening? I think so. So there you have it, my 3 biggest takeaways from the Sick Day live stream, which was Legend of Vox Machina Season 3 is in the works, an EXU of some sort is coming, and the crew is super busy, as we always know. But let me know what you guys let me know what you guys think down below. What is going to be happening with the EXU project? And when do you think Legend of Vox Machina Season 3 will come out? Do you think we're going to have to wait a year to be back in January? Or do you think they're going to come out sometime in summer to sort of spread out from Invincible like I thought? Because I feel like spreading out from Invincible would be a huge thing for them to do. It would be like, you know, you have an end of the year release and then a mid-year release. So, yeah. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. I will see you guys on Friday for whatever video I make next, because there is no recap yet again. Pain. I have to think of another video. Peace.